going on, everybody? So ever since I put this vinyl hardwood down in the trunk, I've been having so many problems with my sub just sliding all the way around, and it literally sounds like it's literally about to fly out the trunk. So I've tried to like push it into the corner and everything like that, but eventually it ends up sliding away. So I ended up buying some of these 90-degree brackets or corner brackets. So I'm hoping to be able to mount that onto the floor somehow. Hopefully it's gonna be thick enough where it'll actually want to hold, but I just really trying to just secure it so it doesn't fly around, because I've actually haven't had my sub plugged in probably like a good 2 weeks, because every time I plug it in, these wire, well, at least just this wire, I got good connections on the other one, but my turn on wire never comes on, so and it just rips right out. But I'm gonna try to be fixing that in this video today. Also, I want to do some maintenance, just change the oil out, change the oil filter, maybe rotate the tires. We'll see where I'm at. And then there were a few other things I had to fix. I'm gonna take a look at this wire dangling down here, hitting my exhaust. So I want to try to get that tucked up and everything like that. That wire is for the brake lights, that are the lower brake lights right there. And then also, I got this weird clunking noise up in the front of my car on the driver's side. So let's start by getting the sub put in first. And the way I plan on doing this, I'm just going to try to do 2 on each side here. I'm going to mount one on the front, one on the back, and then mount these 2 straight to the floor. And then another question too, for anybody who has a sub in their Corolla, where do you guys have your ground cable at? Because I've been trying to look for a better cable to ground it, or a better spot to ground it. I ended up grounding it up on a screw where the speaker is, but I'd like to try to hide the wire a little bit better. So if you guys have any other spots, I tried to look, I mean, for a decent screw underneath anything around the fender well, but everything was huge compared to the connector on the wire. So if you guys got any good ideas, just leave them down below, comment, let me know. Alright, so I'm not sure what's going to be the best way to do this, because I want it as far back as possible, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be and the thing is, I don't want to put these things in it where it's so noticeable either. Alright, so I think I'm going to try to mount these underneath, like this, that goes underneath there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of mark out where the sub is at, just kind of like put a pencil mark or whatever, and then I'm going to screw these down to the flooring, and then take 2 screws and screw them in from the side over here. So I'm going to pretty much mount these right to the floor like this in each one of the corners, and then I'm going to take 2 screws and sink it into the side of the sub. Alright, so that's pretty much how it's going to go. Now I'm going to do the other side, and then the sub should fit right in between the brackets, and then I'll screw them in from the side. Alright, so I got both brackets on. Let's see if it'll fit right through. Alright, so trying to fit it, it looks like the back right one over here, I think I need to push it over that way because it's not fitting. Like these 2, it's really hard to see back there, no light, but these 2 are fitting pretty good. The front one here seems good, but the back one needs to get pushed over that way. Alright guys, so I finally got the brackets and it's squeezed in between them. I mean, it's honestly a pretty snug fit. I mean, it would take quite a bit to move it, but now I was going to start screwing in the sides, but then I realized I don't have enough room to really get my drill in there. I mean, hopefully if I take the extension off or whatever, I might have enough room for the front ones, but the back ones, I know I'm not gonna have enough room. So I don't know, let me try to figure some things out so that way we can mount these, and that way I don't have to worry about my sub flying through the trunk anymore. So, alright guys, so finally got the screws installed on this thing, and it feels pretty solid. So I'm not going to worry about the back brackets just yet. I mean, if I do have problems in the future, all I gotta do is just put 2 more screws in on the 2 sides and I'll be good to go. But I mean, I'm shaking it and I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. The only thing I can see might be a problem sooner or later is these screws on this right here pull out later on, because I mean, this is just, like I said, this is just vinyl flooring, the peel and stick stuff, and then underneath it is just that plastic. So that's the only thing I would probably have to worry about. That's probably the weakest link on here, because the 2 screws are screwed right into the base or the frame of the sub. But now I don't have to worry about hearing this thing slide back and forth in my trunk. All right, now that we got the trunk all, or the sub all fixed, I want to move on to trying to fix this. So ever since I put my exhaust in, I don't know what I did. I must have bumped a wire or pulled something, but ever since then this wire's been dangling down here. Luckily it hasn't burned at all. I was super worried that it was gonna get burnt and melt, but I have not had that problem one bit. But I want to try to tuck it back up so that way you don't even see, because the thing too is, oh well, can't really see it much now, but you can really see it when you're low on the ground, and just want to fix it. So I'm probably gonna pop the bumper off real quick and then take a look at why that wire is dangling. Alright, so I got the bumper off, and you can see the wire right here, just kind of dangling down, because before I had the exhaust, I didn't have any of this cut out. So when the wire was dangling right where it's at, you would have never noticed it. But now that I have this cutout, yeah, you can see it dangles right there. And I'm gonna have to try to find a way to like mount it up, because on these ones I use like the double-sided tape things. Obviously they don't look like they're holding up that good. They're like peeling right off. I don't know, I'll have to do some brainstorming real quick to think about how to mount this. I don't know if I want to just use another one of these over there or what, but like I said, obviously this one's about to come off and this one fell off. It just gets super dirty and wet over here, so there's really not much to like help them not stick. Alright guys, so I just want to show you what I did real quick. So I pretty much got everything mounted to the like the rear brace bar or whatever you want to call it, or the bash bar in the rear. Took off that styrofoam piece, and then took a couple zip ties, zip tied it in 3 spots to keep it up and off the, so it's not dangling down there. And now let's put everything back together. Alright, so it looks like I don't see the wire dangling anymore, so hopefully, I don't know, hopefully not with hitting any bumps or anything like that, that it will like fall back down, but yeah, I'm not seeing it, so hopefully that's good. Now let's turn this car around and get it ready for an oil change. Yeah, finally able to get rid of this maintenance light. I hate driving around with any dash lights or check engine lights. I don't know how people can do it. It annoys me a lot. So, I mean, this has only been on here for about a week. It came on last weekend or whatever. so I'm gonna get ready to change my oil. This is a filter I'm gonna be using. I don't usually use Mobile One filters, but I usually try to use the OEM Toyota filters or K&N. And then I'll be using some Valvoline OW20. Just found pretty much this is the cheapest oil that was on sale. So to me, I don't think the oil really matters. I mean, as long as you get a good synthetic like oil with the right weight oil. Obviously the filter does make a decent difference. I had to go to AutoZone today to get this filter because I ordered one on Amazon like a week ago and it still hasn't came, so I just went and picked one up real quick. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. I got the bulb, but still managed to make a mess all over my hand. Are you guys able to do an oil change without making a mess? Let me know down in the comments. Alright, so we're waiting for the oil to drain down there. I'm just curious, how often do you guys change the oil in your cars? With my cars, I know a lot of these newer cars are saying to change them every 10,000 miles, but I still always change them every 5,000. Every time the maintenance lights comes on, I always change the oil. Do you guys trust this stuff, like how this filter says protects up to 1 year, 20,000 miles, and like how the oil says it's good for like 10,000 miles? Do you guys trust that, or do you guys still just go with every 5,000 miles? I say it's good for draining. Let's put the plug back in. Let's get this oil filter out. Alright, so here's the oil filter. And we gotta take off the O-ring right here. I'll usually wipe this down pretty good. Our new filter comes with the O-ring. Filter, make sure they're the same. Just get the O-ring just a little oily. And slip it over. Alright, we'll throw this back on the car. I know some people say to put oil in these filters, but with it going sideways, it's like nearly impossible to do that without making a mess. So, alright, so let's start dumping in. This Corolla takes, I think, like 4.5 quarts, probably a little bit under 4.5 quarts. So not quite one of these. Just double check underneath too, you're not leaking anything. Alright, we're not leaking, so let's keep going. I'd hate to dump a whole thing of oil on the ground just because I forgot the drain plug or something like that. Luckily I haven't done that yet, but I know probably in the future it's going to happen one day. Alright, so now that I got the car on the ground, let's check, make sure we got enough oil. I don't know, it looks like it's like right at the high. But let's start the car, let the oil circulate a little bit. So pretty much I got everything all wrapped up on the Corolla. We fixed the sub from moving around. The brackets look good. You don't really even see them. That's what's nice about how I mounted them underneath the sub, so that way they're not actually sticking out. We did the oil change. We tried to fix the wire on hanging above the exhaust, which it looks good right now. So like I said, we'll just have to see how it looks after, like we drive and bounce around a little bit with all the suspension moving around. So, and then that noise I was talking about on the front wheel, I don't know what it is. I was looking, nothing's rubbing, nothing's hitting. I don't exactly know what it is, but I was taking a look at it and I can't find it. So and it's only replicated like while driving. So it's not like I tried to spin the wheel and everything like that while it's just up in the air, turned over to the right, and it's not making any noise. So I don't know what it is, but it only happens when I turn the wheel sharp to the right, and that's when it makes like a clicking noise type of thing. So I don't know if that's like my axle going bad or not. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Smash that like button for me, and I'll see you guys next time.